collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe Class B-127 / Bumblebee from the Transformers Studio series from Hasbro. So this is obviously based on his appearance in Transformers 1. And I feel like they did a pretty good job actually centering him in the middle of the box here. Got the plastic windows back, and we have this new streamlined look for the Studio series. Very similar to what they're doing with the Age of the Primes packaging. Have some nice artwork of the robot mode and the vehicle mode here on the front. Over on this side, have a close-up of the robot mode. Over on this side, you just kind of have the picture continuing onto the side over here. Not really much going on the bottom. Up here on the top, it just has the Transformers 1 logo and B-127 / Bumblebee. Spinning it around to the back, we have a nice still from the movie, along with some product shots of the robot mode and the vehicle mode, which looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and get Bumblebee out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here is Bumblebee out of the packaging. He's not too bad. Very little kibble. You can see just has this little backpack piece here, which really doesn't get in the way of anything. I will say that the legs feel really flat. It's not a huge problem or anything. There's not any like weird gaps or anything. It just seems very, very flat the way these legs are done. But yeah, overall, I think he's okay. Head sculpt's pretty good. Nice paint there. The blue eyes look good. The little bit of silver there on the side. Head's on a ball joint. Not really much in terms of front to back, but of course you can spin side to side, no problem. Maybe the tiniest little bit of tilt side to side. Paint here on the chest looks good. You got the blue there for the headlights. All of this gunmetal gray is really sharp. Shoulders have kind of like an up and down bit, and that's really more for transformation, but if you want to utilize that for robot mode, you can, as well as a ball joint here on the shoulder. Out to the side. Spin all the way around. You got a bicep swivel here. 90 degrees there in the elbow. Nothing in the wrist because of how it transforms. Got a waist swivel there. Nice range of motion in the hips. Kick really far forward. Kick really far back. Pretty decently out to the side. Got a thigh swivel where the gray meets the gold. He does have a knee, even though it kind of looks like he might not, just because of the way those legs are done. And then you got pretty good ankle tilt as well. So that's pretty nice out to the side. Hollow underneath. When he comes in the box, these heels are like flipped in like this, because that's what you do for the transformation. So you just flip them out. They don't really give much, if I'm being honest. There's not really much of a difference from that to that. But they help a little bit. But yeah, overall, articulation's fine. He looks good. He does come with a bunch of accessories, so you get a like blaster blade combo here, and these come separately in the packaging, so all you have to do is plug these in, but you can see that it's done in this gunmetal gray plastic and then painted blue, which looks pretty good, and they just peg in very simply, and then you can see really nice silver paint here, and then you just pop these into the fist like this, and you do, of course, get 2 of these. So you can have a blaster blade combo. So that way, if you want it to just be the blasters, you can. You can take the blades out. Obviously, you can put the blades in. There's no way to do just the blades, though. So he will always have the blasters if you're utilizing the blades. And then you also get this massive cannon, which I feel like we saw Optimus use more in the movie. So if you want to give this to your Optimus, you absolutely can. It's a decent little blaster here, just done in this dark gray plastic. You can store this on the back here if you would like. It can peg into his butt. I don't know, they're always doing stuff like this. They like have the blaster just go across the whole back, and I never really like that, I'll be honest, so I don't usually bother with that. But you can take these and store them on the back here, like so. They peg in to these spots right here. You can see these massive tabs. And that can almost look like a little backpack, like a little jetpack if you want. Or you just use it for storage. Whatever you prefer. But they can peg into the back there. So yeah, all in all, I mean, he's okay. Here he is with the Prime Changer version. The Prime Changer version was actually bigger. And they do look pretty similar. I do like the Autobot symbol here on the Prime Changer version. I feel like the head sculpts are very similar. Honestly, they're both up to par. This guy was a little bulkier. He definitely had the hollow legs and everything, but he was also about $10 cheaper. I feel like their backpacks are very similar. I will say that, like, the Studio Series one, I think, looks a little bit more polished. But I don't think this is a bad alternative. If you can't find this one, or you just want to, you know, save $10, I really don't think the Prime Changer one is a bad alternative. I do think this one's a little sharper. But he's also, I feel like this guy's a little smaller, which I feel like is probably in scale more with the others. But yeah, Prime Changer one, not too bad. And then we can show him here with Studio Series Optimus. Let me tilt this up a little bit. And if you want to give Optimus that blaster, I think he looks really good with the blaster. I really wish he had just come with it, but he's got this piece that I just have stored on the back here. And I feel like these guys are in scale pretty well. So you have Bumblebee being a little bit smaller there, which is nice. And then if we just want to keep going, we can also throw Megatron into the mix here. And I feel like they scale pretty well. And then if we want our Studio Series Sentinel Prime, you can see he's a little bit bigger still. Not a ton, but he is a little bit bigger. So yeah, so this is our Studio Series offerings for Transformers 1. At this point, we're just waiting on Alita 1. She's still saying November, which I think is crazy. I'm assuming she'll start showing up way earlier than that, but yeah, they look good together. I mean, I do think they did a nice job with the Studio Series for these guys. Pretty nice. Alright, so getting into the transformation for this guy, actually pretty simple. You're going to start by flipping up these panels here on the forearms, which can be a little easier said than done. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get, you know, a nail or something in there to flip them up, but once you do, you're going to rotate the hands inside, and that's why there's no movement in the wrist. And then close that up. Do the same thing over here. There we go. Flip that in. And close that back up. Then you're going to just rotate these like this, so that this is obviously the side of the car. You want that facing out. Then you're going to take the head, rotate that around 180 degrees, like so. Come to the backpack, flip it out a little bit. You can see there's a little panel here that we want to flip out. So flip that up like so. Then you're going to come to the chest plate and lift this off past the head. And then this tiny little gray piece here that was kind of like his little abdomen, that's going to just tuck underneath. And then you're just going to kind of bring this down until it clicks into place. And there is the front of the vehicle mode. For the legs, if you have those, again, heels flipped out, you're going to push those back in. Then you're going to fold down the feet like this. And then right here, this is going to disconnect. And then this is going to flip all the way around. And you can see that there is a tab right there, which is going to tab in up here. So if you have any ankle tilt engaged, make sure you straighten it out. And then just come around and that'll click into place. So again, unpeg from the back, flip it around. And there we go. Next, the bottom of his crotch plate, you can see is painted gunmetal gray because it's going to line up with the back of the car here. So we're going to bring these down and then sandwich these together. I'll be honest, on mine, they don't hold together that well. Now you want to click it together there in the feet as well, right there. But still, like, these just do not want to stay pegged together on the top. And then you just see there's a hinge right here. There's a peg hole and a peg. So you just flip this up like that. And then the last step is just to drop the arms up. So that shoulder joint that I showed off earlier that I said was mostly for transformation, we're going to employ that now by bringing this up. And then there's a tiny little tab right there, which is going to peg in right there. So we're going to bring this in and peg that in. And then just do the same on the other side. And you have to kind of make sure that there you go, that goes in, and then that just tabs in there. And again, I have issue with these back panels staying together, but there, actually that's pretty good. And there we go. There is Bumblebee / B-127 in vehicle mode. So the vehicle mode looks pretty good. At first I wasn't a big fan of all this space over here. you know, I was like, why is that all open? And you do see like a little bit of a gap. You can kind of look straight through, which I don't love the gap. But then I kind of just realized it's just contouring. Like this is filled in, you know, with the side of the arm. Or I guess this is actually the hips. This piece right here, the arms are here. So when you kind of look at it like this, I really don't mind it. I feel like it's just kind of a neat contour. Now, when you look at it like that, I don't love the gap there. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. You know, nice streamlined all the way back. I think they did a nice job with that. The paint applications look good. The blue for the headlights looks good. Even though those would never not look like eyes to me. Rolls pretty well, which I think is nice. You can mount the weapons on here if you'd like. You can peg them into these spots just like we did on the back in robot mode. So you can pop these on here. And then he's got some really nice blasters here on the top. If you want to take the blades out, you can. But yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty good. Now, if you have the blaster, you can also peg that into the side. I'm totally just giving it to Optimus, but if you wanted to keep it with Bumblebee, you could peg it here on the side in vehicle mode. But yeah, overall, very streamlined, simple little transformation, but I think it works. And yeah, came out pretty good. I think Bumblebee came out pretty good. I think he looks sharp. You know, the paint applications are nice. I like the accessories. The head sculpt's great. All the paint on the face looks really nice. Transformation's a little simple, but it works. I think it's fine. Vehicle mode comes out great. The only problem is sometimes I have a little bit of a problem getting the legs to hold together at the back there. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes they can't, you know, stay together, and it might be maybe I have something just not quite aligned correctly, and that's very possible. But overall, I like them. I definitely like them more than I thought I was going to. I really liked the Prime Changer, honestly, and like most of the characters that have Prime Changer options, I think it's a viable alternative. I mean, obviously the Studio Series is going to be a little bit more polished, look a little sharper, have a little bit more accessories. But if you're on a budget, I think, you know, those Prime Changers work well, and you could kind of use them together with a couple characters that didn't get Prime Changer releases, so you might have to get Studio Series for them, like Elita 1 and Megatron. But yeah, I like this guy a lot. Like I said, if you're on the budget, I think the Prime Changer is a viable alternative. But if you want to treat yourself, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think he looks pretty good. And when you have all of the Studio Series releases for this movie together, like I had earlier in the video, I think they look really good together. I think it's a really nice look. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.